The adventure of our dreams!
When you have the business of your dreams and the year of your dreams, it's only fitting to celebrate with the adventure of your dreams.
New faces really do take you places!
Mary Kay top sales directors have been around the world and seen the sights.
Let the adventure begin.
But there's one terrain they haven't conquered. One that's incredibly beautiful, totally untamed, and almost indescribable. The Canadian wilderness, Sonora, British Columbia. The prestige trip started at the ultra-exclusive Sonora Resort, set in the heart of glaciers, national forest, and pristine beauty. Mary Kay independent sales directors are first class, so of course, that's how they arrive. Since the resort was only accessible by helicopter and seaplane, the sales directors had to make a small sacrifice. Not a problem.
Packing might have been the most difficult part of the trip.
No, you just asked your husband to donate his space.
Just because they were in nature, that didn't mean they were going au natural.
They don't do casual in Mary Kay. There's fabulous and a little bit more fabulous, but you make it work.
There's fabulous with and without accessories.
It's true. On these Mary Kay trips, it's best when you're all in.
Oh, look at it!
Relax, eat, have some girlfriend time.
Spa time. Here we are.
Of all the places we've been, this one is the most spectacular. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Helicopter tours of prehistoric glaciers left the million-dollar sales director speechless. Well, almost.
That's amazing! Worth every second.
I got the glacier.
It's incredible, the views that Mary Kay would do this for us and that they celebrate us. Unbelievable.
You just feel so humbled by just the majesty of this place. It's just amazing. I'm feeling really grateful.
It's a lifetime experience. I'm just overcome with emotion.
I want to touch the glacier. This is gorgeous. Knowing that so few people have been here, to actually be able to experience it and walk on these rocks and feel the wind and smell the air, the freshness, and that we get to be here, it's overwhelming.
On to the next adventure.
Feel young forever. Light up the sky, yeah.
At Mary Kay, the adventures are as individual as the sales directors. And there was certainly something for everyone. Bike tours, boat tours,
We are going to be heading south to look for a humpback whale.
and fishing.
Oh, that is so cool. My little fisherman.
Thank you, Mary Kay.
We're the whale whisperers.
Yeah, it was the best ever.
Yeah, it
the
was.
best ever.
This is just day one.
Went on a tour and saw a humpback whale, saw a sea lion eating an octopus.
Prestige directors weren't the only inhabitants on the island. there were a few natives that popped up to say hi. Some were admired from afar.
We are gonna go see the bears. I wore my running shoes just in case.
It's a salmon jumping.
On a remote island off the Canadian border, surrounded by some of the most incredible scenery imaginable, all the hard work and dedication it takes to get here seemed like a world away. But it's the hard work that makes it happen, and why prestige directors do what they do. They come together to change lives and inspire one another to still greater heights.
The $1 Million Slumber Party is on.
Set in a private mansion carved into the landscape, the $1 Million Sales Directors gathered for a night of friendship, fellowship, and fun.
Let's sit and chat and drink coffee. Maybe we could see if we could be. Oh, you and me. Share our hearts and share our dreams.
The private mansion was reserved exclusively for the #1 $1 million sales director, and definitely provided the right motivation for the coming year.
Join us in
But what inspired Candace's journey this year? Her husband.
Tell me all about you.
I lost my sister, and my mom had been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and pretty dark days.
This motivated me more than anything to want to work to take him on this trip.
What she did for me really means the world.
Candace wasn't the only one. For many, it was a thrill to bring their husbands on the adventure of a lifetime.
We're inside a tree in the Blind Channel with the love of my life.
It's just raw nature. It's things that we don't get to see in Illinois. I mean, it's bears and seals and sea lions and cougars, and I mean, it's just so majestic. It's just awe-inspiring. You don't really know what to say.
For an hour, we got to see a whale. It came right by our boat. It was amazing.
It never stops circling.
It's so many firsts. Ride a helicopter, go salmon fishing, see the whales. It's just over the top. Thank you, Mary Kay.
We love you, Mary Kay!
After all the hikes and tours and adventures, it was time to say so long to Sonora. The lure of a day in Vancouver proved irresistible.
The Vancouver Tower, overlooking the whole entire city.
Once back on continental ground, it was time for a familiar favorite.
Shopping. Isn't that what we're doing here? I love it.
Top sales directors always take something back for their teams.
Shopping for prizes for my girls.
To represent the trip, also represent color, which is red jackets, hearts, to tell them how much I love them, because faces certainly do take you places.
Oh, we're having a blast in Vancouver! Woo! Hey, it's a wonderful day,
There's more than just shopping in Vancouver, and the sales directors set out to do it all.
Hey, it's a wonderful day,
Lionsgate Bridge.
Hey, it's a wonderful brand new day. I'm singing. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Feels just like I'm flying.
With the prestige trip coming to a close, it was time for one final dinner and one fantastic leadership speech. These leaders never stop working.
Come on and take a journey.
So when it was time to join up with all the top sales directors, they got down to business.
We'll see a world of wonder.
What an opportunity to share stories, swap tips, and get advice from the best of the best.
Vancouver, and we are heading to Alaska.
And then they were off to explore Alaska. They hit the open seas and traveled up the Alaskan coast. This adventure was the first of many for a lot of women. And one that won't be easily forgotten.
This trip is different because of people who are on it. Because everybody on it is making this trip so amazing. With 50 new first-timers, that's my favorite part, is meeting all the first-timers.
We are heading to Juneau. We have had a great day. We just heard all 11 of the $1 Million Directors speak. It's really the highlight of the trip. Normally you would think on something like this, you don't want to go to a business meeting. It's the opposite in Mary Kay. We love the business meetings because we love hearing from the top people. And they were, each and every story was different and just gave inspiration that all of us could become $1 Million Directors and really have this kind of suite like this is.
This is amazing. We are touring Candace Overspike's #1 in the nation, her beautiful, amazing room. And it's filled right now with top directors all over setting goals to be the #1 next year.
Like, it's big if you're in a hotel. On a ship, for real, they got 2 bathrooms. I'm not lying.
Of course, Candace's #1 suite on the ship was enough to inspire everyone all over again.
There's a hot tub outside. And there's
What's out there?
It's a hot tub out there.
It makes all the hard work worth it. All the times you doubt yourself, all the times where you question and maybe want to give up on your goal, it was definitely worth it to push through and to never give up when you set your mind on something.
Candace's suite, the ship, the trip, everyone was in awe. While some sales directors couldn't believe they were here,
You know, we're in Alaska. New faces really do take you places.
others couldn't wait to hit the ground running.
First stop, Juneau!
It's so beautiful. We're gonna go whale watching. Whale watching!
And the spectacular wildlife were out to put on a show.
I just saw killer whales, and I heard that those are really hard to see, and we've seen them twice now. Mary Kay has not only arranged killer whales, but the sunshine.
The sales directors captured it all,
It's a full rainbow, and it just blew our minds.
live to share with their teams back home. As the cruise ship pulled into Port of Skagway, no one knew quite what to expect, but energy was at an all-time high.
All aboard!
The White Pass and Yukon Route Railway carried all the sales directors to a familiar spot, the top, climbing almost 3,000 feet, over heart-rending trestles, even crossing the border into Canada.
This is unbelievable. A little scary, too.
Then it was time to get inspired all over again. It wasn't just the scenery that inspired. It was the hard work, the payoff, the promise of so many adventures, and the opportunity to share a once-in-a-lifetime trip with women that lead, succeed, and push one another to be their best.
Oh, this is fabulous.
I think it's amazing. It's so exciting. This is my first trip ever. It's definitely not going to be my last.
Work your business when you can, it'll pay you. That's awesome.
Of course, when the Skagway train headed into the clouds, nature stole the show once again.
It's magical.
It is.
It's magical.
Even though they were traveling the exact path of the gold rush, these sales directors knew they already had it all.
Absolutely, Mary Kay. We actually have the gold of the opportunity right here in this company. This is absolutely breathtaking. So never seen anything like it ever. So it's gorgeous. Loving it.
Hey, welcome to my backyard.
A change in scenery meant a change in wardrobe.
Gucci boots. Yes. And look at our hair now because we're worried we don't get drowned in the water.
Mary Kay is in the beauty business after all. So you know, fashion comes first.
We have our gift from Mary Kay.
Thank you, Mary Kay.
Thank you very much.
Right down to the accessories. Wildlife? Everywhere. But this fierce group of sales directors weren't scared.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's just glorious. Looking for some bears.
Epic. That's a great word.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Plus, it gave the guys the opportunity to strut their stuff.
It's all good, it gets even better. Blue sky, sunny, sunny weather. It's a perfect day, ain't nothing wrong, 'cause everything's alright.
You could not describe it unless you saw it. It was absolutely breathtaking. Beautiful, most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It's all good.
It is an adventure in Mary Kay.
Once the top directors were back on dry land, it was time to fire up the 4x4s and the motivation.
It's been a trip of a lifetime, really. Adventures all around, and here we go! Off-road and muddy.
And we have strategically navigated this mountain expertly by my husband, so he's becoming a great driver of these 4x4s. I want one of these to take home.
Oh, blueberries. It's a little tart, but it's delicious. It's a whole new meaning to fresh blueberries.
There was no shortage of photo ops, and the ladies took advantage of them all, sharing the adventure with family and friends back home. They were again reminded of why they're here, friendship and sisterhood. It all starts with new faces. As the group headed into Glacier Bay,
The water's so calm and the weather is beautiful and Glacier Bay is fantastic.
it was one of the most impressive, unforgettable sights the sales directors have ever seen.
Oh, that's good.
It's more wonderful than I ever imagined.
What a way to start a day.
Gratitude. It's the best way to start every day. Gratitude for the incredibly talented sales directors that lead the charge in their Mary Kay businesses. And gratitude for a company that celebrates every accomplishment in a big way.
Mary Kay always said, and then some. Do a little bit more, and you will be here celebrating with us as we celebrate you. Can't wait to see you on the next trip in Argentina.
It's a mindset. Dance a tango every single day, and that'll get you here.
And the app is free, so you just add the free app to your phone.
To help develop a plan to get there, find a mentor. and surround yourself with people who believe in you.
The ultimate highlight for me on every Mary Kay Top Sales Director trip is that I bring along a little sign that says, "Thank you, Dad, for buying my starter kit." So here I am at Glacier Bay National Park with my sign, "Thank you, Dad, for buying my starter kit."
Gratitude and love all around. After an incredible day in nature, the directors were ready to recharge in Ketchikan.
We are just gonna go shopping, going looking, going shopping, going looking, and shopping.
But some adventurers couldn't get enough.
Hey, we're going sea kayaking. Did it in Hawaii, so it's like our tradition.
We are going to see bears on a float plane.
Salmon fishing.
Get some fishing done. Today I'm gonna go salmon fishing. My ticket.
We are going to be going down 8 zip lines over oceans and forests and mountains.
She's all in.
Yeah.
Adrenaline. It's all about adrenaline.
In fact, everyone all in.
You take me higher and higher and higher, baby.
Eagle.
Oh my God.
Higher and higher and higher, baby.
I am a tree hugger. I love trees.
I love this tree. I love this tree. I love this tree.
Whoa, oh. Get your hands take me higher, higher, higher. No, I won't look down.
One of our top sales directors is about to just jump off a tower.
All in!
Yes!
Yes!
All in!
We're all in!
So beautiful.
Too much to see in one trip.
Yeah.
We have to come back.
Beautiful.
I hope
There he is, there he
oh,
is.
oh.
You got that,
It was the adventure of their dreams.
The scenery has been breathtaking, and it's not something, I'm not like a huge nature girl, and so it's been kind of exciting.
Probably the best part has been relaxing. There has been a lot of relaxing, a lot of massages, a lot of spa time, and a lot buddy. Catching up with good and new and old friends as well.
but you gotta stay open to the sound, to the sound. Can you hear it?
They shared a lot of experiences and found new favorites.
For me, it's the intimate setting to build the relationships of a lifetime. It's sitting around a table and just taking those nuggets away in those conversations.
C'est un des plus beaux voyages que tout le monde devrait faire finalement. Et c'est non seulement ce qu'on vit, mais c'est les échanges qu'on a avec la compagnie puis avec les autres personnes qui l'ont vécu. C'est un rêve, effectivement. On vous voit sur le prochain voyage.
And they never lost sight of why they were here.
I have felt so celebrated and validated for what my unit, what we've done, what we've accomplished.
And there was always a reason to celebrate.
We're in forever now. I just committed. Okay, forever.
Do the trip. It is worth every piece of personal growth that you have.
Traveling the world with your best friends. How fun is that? Thank you, Mary Kay.
Even though they were headed home, they were forever changed. And they're taking a little piece of Sonora, Vancouver, and Alaska too. All the memories, countless photos, new friendships, new goals, and the promise of a new adventure. Argentina 2018.
I wanna tell you there's a happy ever after, only just a wish away. I have to say there's a funny little feeling. You may already feel the same. Hey, hey, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Have faith that love will find a way. Love will find a way. Hey, hey, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. And it's funny how love just finds a way. I wanna say there's a dream I keep having. All the world is ours to share. Have to say it's a fabulous feeling. Happiness everywhere.